Hello, everyone. Welcome to 55 with 5, the only show on YouTube that's dissecting the 1955 Parkhurst Wrestling trading card set one at a time. Ian Riccaboni, Cary Silkin.
Hello.
Cary? Oh. Is that the camel or is that Cary? I don't know. Or maybe Bela Lugosi, perhaps.
Maybe it's Mama Pretzel.
Oh, there you go. Those are all characters you can hear on our podcast, Lost Out Penn Station, where Cary recounts the hustling ticket days of the 1980s and 90s. Cary, we've been going through this set. We're in the 50s now.
Number 51.
Number 51. I'm going to take you to card 24. Now, if you're joining us for the first time or listening for the first time on adfreeshows.com, I will show Cary one of the 121 cards of the Parkhurst Wrestling trading card set. It is a surprise to Cary. Cary does not know who's coming. It may be someone who's in a Hall of Fame. It may be someone less notable. We've had Ken Colley, who still, we cannot prove that this man exists and he's on a trading card. We've had other big names like Lou Thez. We've had Vern Gagne. Those people do exist. Very much. There's books written about these men. We have Buddy Rogers still to come. Today, we have a man who is he's the first of a second generation, but the name might not give it away. So
it's going to be I'm looking across at the Little Rascals poster. Did you ever see the episode with the surprise cake?
Yes. That's one of the few ones I've actually seen. Yes.
And the great Stymie when he pulls the boot out. It sure is a surprise.
Well, this man actually looks surprised to be on the card. We're going to show it to the audience on top of Uncle Gunny and Captain Lou. And today, Cary, I have the timer. You have 5 minutes to tell us anything you may know about Nick Roberts. Nick Roberts.
Is that the father of, the lady valet?
Yes, keep going. You got it. It's probably on the tip of your tongue.
It is on the tip of my tongue. And she was in a, oh, damn it.
Baby
hold on.
Oh.
You said it.
Oh,
right.
sorry.
Baby Doll.
Yeah.
And I met Baby Doll at Ring of Honor.
Really?
Yeah, we were doing shows in Virginia.
Okay.
Outside of D.C., Manassas, Virginia.
Okay, right.
And for some reason, she knew someone who knew someone.
Very cool.
And legendary Baby Doll.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One of the great valets of all time.
So
yeah.
I hail myself for
there
being
you go.
able to pull that out.
All right.
And that's not all I can tell you about Nick Roberts.
Well, the gentleman on the card, it's one of the few times where the back of the card is actually correct because on the back of the card, they actually have some detailed information in comparison to some of the other cards. We talked about this. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have books about these wrestlers, hardly any magazines. So you really either had to ask the person or ask somebody who might have known something. But the back of the card is accurate in that he wrestled at the University of Georgia. So he's a legitimate shooter. He's a collegiate athlete. And he started his career in Western Canada. And he started in Saskatchewan, which was the Klondike Wrestling Territory.
Man, that must have been some rough traveling.
Yeah. That's not only Western Canada, that's Northwest.
Wow.
Yeah. So he wrestled there. At the time of this card's release, it's interesting because he was an opening match guy in Maple Leaf. Remember Tor Morgan, the man
Yes.
that didn't win ever? He frequently beat Tor Morgan. So there you have it. That's the kind of level we're talking about there. He goes to Minnesota, the big time wrestling in Alberta, NWA Upstate. That's probably how he got involved in this set. If you're in that NWA Upstate region, which is Cleveland, Buffalo, or if you're in Maple Leaf, your chances are good that you made it to the set. At 58, he goes to Mid-America, which is the first time I can remember anybody in this set going to Louisiana. Excuse me.
Okay.
So at that time, it was NWA Mid-America. 60 to 62, he goes to Vern Gagne's new AWA. And from 62 to 71, he goes to Western States, which is Amarillo.
That's where people think I'm just making it up. But that's where his name comes up on some of these. I will probably get to a poster from that Southwest territory that he's on.
Yeah, and he's a fan favorite, just a baby face. Appears a few more times. He really kind of retires in 71. Appears here and there, 76 to 80. He ends up promoting Lubbock. He's a promoter in Lubbock, Texas. And his biggest accomplishment was probably winning the NWA North American title, the Amarillo version.
Okay.
He beats Dory Funk for it in 59.
That's big.
Yeah. And that was a time when that territory was really heating up. Some big names. And they, by then they'd had Buddy Rogers in and through, and they were starting to really build a reputation. So, he's the husband of Lorraine Johnson, who's also a wrestler. And Baby Doll is their daughter.
Very cool.
Yeah, so Nick Roberts.
Yeah, they had it with a nice pose.
Yeah.
And a nice background.
That's that's one of our nicer
and
cards.
Poor Bill Longson. With his belly, like me, with my belly drooping.
Or Tor Morgan, where there's 3 people on the card and everybody looks like Tor Morgan. You don't know who it is. The Stomach Claw. This is a nice card. This is, you see the high-waisted trunks, not unlike what Bruno would wear, the tights.
Something strange about the way they do these trunks. Could you notice, like, there's one...
the one we had last week.
Yeah, where the one side of the
they look
leg
photoshopped.
is they're not even.
Yeah, they look photoshopped. It's weird. I can't put it's like when a player would get traded and they would color in his hat because that's all they could do on the baseball cards. But Nick Roberts, fun one for today. Good one for number 51.
Yeah, it was a good one.
We marched closer to the 50% mark. We marched closer to 55. I wonder who that's going to be. Yeah,
so the halfway mark will be 60 and a half.
60 and a half. That's right. It'll be 60 and a half. Yeah, we're getting there, folks. Cary, this has been a fun one. Tomorrow, I'm going to give you a clue. He feuded with Sandor Szabo.
Oh.
Who was a big star in the 30s, but did in the twilight of Sandor Szabo's career. And Pedro Martinez.
Okay.
He's a rival of those two. So that's your hint for tomorrow. So, Cary, are you up for the challenge?
I'm ready for it.
All right. Well, and we are ready for you to join us again here tomorrow. So for Cary, for our producer AJ from Bisson Creative and Web Design, I'm Ian Riccaboni. Thanks for joining us on 55 and 5. Check us out every night at 8 p.m. Eastern for a new episode that's every weekday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching.